So you can see here, I've already put heat shrink, cut the length on each wire here to cover it up when I'm done, because it's pretty much just the best way to keep all the water and contaminants out instead of using butt splicers. You're going to want to cut about 1 inch to maybe like 3/4 of an inch, somewhere around there, of the cover off, so you can get a really good wrap to make sure everything's nice and secure after you finish doing your soldering. When you tie them together, you're going to want to wrap them nice and tight. Almost fan them out a little bit while you do it. Get a nice smooth connection. And I know a lot of people, when soldering, don't take the time to wait for the actual wire itself to heat up. They just take your piece of solder and they just kind of like put them together and melt it across. But the best way to do it so it really soaks into and binds both pieces of wire together is to heat the actual wire up. And after it gets warm enough, the solder itself will just start to melt right into it, and you don't even have to move the soldering iron. You can just move the solder back and forth, and it'll really fill in all the voids and gaps, and just works much better. This will actually heat up in a minute here, and there we go. You can see how it just goes right in there. No need to move the soldering iron around. Fills everything in nicely. Gives it a nice secure bond so it won't just randomly come unplugged. After that cools off for a minute, take it off here. Make sure everything's nice and straight. Just slide your piece of heat shrink that's already on there over. Make sure it's pretty close to being centered. And just take your heat gun. And there you go. It's all nice and secure. Everything's nice and watertight now. You don't have to worry about anything getting in there, especially if you have a Jeep, which is this for. So if you leave your top off one night, you don't have to worry about water getting in there.